Aaron Goldhammer joins us here on the Michael Kay Show. That was one of the primary voices that you heard from ESPN Cleveland. I'd ask you how you're doing, Aaron, but it sounds like you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I'm walking through downtown Cleveland as I'm on with you guys now, and I'm like high-fiving every single person that I walk by. What a day for our city. You know, it's been a long 4 years for us here from a sports standpoint and an economy standpoint, and today was finally a day that you can be proud to be a Clevelander, which is really cool.
Is there a day in the last 30, 40 years as big as this one? I can't think of a bigger day in Cleveland. When's the last day that's even been close to this?
John, they won the 64 championship game here in football. The Browns won the NFL championship. It wasn't even the Super Bowl yet. I think the LeBron lottery day is a big day for Cleveland. Yeah. When they officially, when they won the first pick in the draft to be able to take LeBron back in 2003. But having lost him and then to get him back and the way he came back, I could argue this is bigger than anything that's happened here in sports in the last 50 years. I think unequivocally it is. So
is all forgiven for 4 years, or are there still maybe some resentment of what might have been had he had stayed and never left in the first place?
I think there's always going to be a few people who are really bitter and say they'll never forgive him, but I think those people will be on board the first time he drives down the lane and throws down a dunk, and then they'll be up cheering with everybody else. I think that the way that he did this, the essay, what the essay actually said, is really powerful, and I think really struck a chord with the community here. We had one host on our station at ESPN Cleveland who was so anti-LeBron, didn't want him back. But after reading the essay, even Munch is on board. And if Munch is on board, I think it's pretty fair to say that in one internet post, LeBron is forgiven in Cleveland.
It's one of the great essays that I've ever read, I've got to say. I'm guessing the second most popular person in Cleveland right now must be Greg Popovich. Because I'm thinking because if San Antonio hadn't played games 3, 4, and 5 the way they did, LeBron would have been under a lot of pressure to stay, or he probably would have stayed in Miami because he wanted to keep winning.
Yeah, that's a fascinating question, is if the Heat had won and would have been going now for 4 in a row, if LeBron would have stayed. But we have a phrase in my family, it's a Yiddish phrase that I bet a lot of the Jews in the audience will understand, called beshert. It was meant to be. If something's beshert, it just happened out of destiny. And I think that the Spurs getting hot and Patty Mills hitting a bunch of threes to knock the Heat out of the playoffs was destiny to lead LeBron on this path that he's gone on to get back to Cleveland that he described in this essay today.
All right, who would be a bigger hero to Cleveland? LeBron James bringing an NBA championship to the Cavaliers, or Johnny Manziel a Super Bowl for the Cleveland Browns?
I'll take them both. We had Joe Hayden, the Browns corner, on our show today before this news broke, and I asked him, and he said if LeBron comes back, he and LeBron are in a race to the championship. Although, I think the Browns are further away. I don't know if the Cavs are on the doorstep of it. Even LeBron admitted in the essay that they still have a lot of work to do and that they're not necessarily close at this point. But I think that even though the LeBron story here is so huge, I mean, come on, guys, this is a Browns town first and foremost. Football is number one in this town. Even with LeBron here, the Browns are always huge. And so because of the fact that the Hall of Fame is just a few miles down the road in Canton, and I think a Browns Super Bowl always reigns supreme in Cleveland.
I'd like to see it here and see a dinner with Johnny Manziel and LeBron James. Maybe he can mentor Johnny.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's a great point, John, because I think Johnny needs a mentor right now. These pictures are getting worse and worse, and who better to come in and tell him what to do? Not only that, they're represented by the same marketing firm, and so I think that there will be a lot of interaction and connection. I know Johnny tweeted as soon as he got the news today. And so hopefully LeBron can step in and hopefully start to point Johnny in some better directions. And I don't see any pictures of LeBron and Justin Bieber floating around.
Has there been a parade organized yet in Cleveland?
Not that I know of.
It should be.
Although LeBron in the essay says no parade, no parties, no press conferences. It's time to get to work.
Well, Aaron, I'm happy for you. I'm also happy for the city of Cleveland. It's a time to celebrate. So enjoy it, and we'll talk to you soon, man.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate the time.